Hello, welcome back. Vegan Day. Yes, you heard me right. Vegan Day. Because today I'm going to create what we call in Puerto Rico Yuca and Escabeche. In other words, it's a yuca root salad. And the way that we do it in the island, those flavors, I'm telling you, they're going to drive you crazy in a good way. You're going to fall in love. And I watched closely how my grandmother and my aunt did it. And I did that watching as a child. And I'm not a child anymore, so I watch it a lot. So I'm going to share my experience with you. Go nowhere. Let's create. And this is what we have. We have, for ingredients, 3 yuca roots, olive without the seeds, and I like the ones that have already some minced pepper in it, black pepper, clove, a cup of bay leaf, white vinegar, some salt, and some extra virgin olive oil. And though I have a lot of extra virgin oil in my house, I do have quite a bit, I'm choosing this brand because that is exactly how I grew up in Puerto Rico when my grandmother and my aunt used to prepare this dish. They use this olive oil, so I'm going to do the same. Yes, 1 onion, which is key to the recipe. So let's start by peeling these babies. This is not a lot of science, you just do this like you peel anything else. You have a pot, hot water, which I started at high, but eventually I'm going to move to medium high. Water, and then you put the things in. Make sure they're covered, that the water covered. Now you don't want to fill this stuff all the way up, you just want it enough to cover the thing. So having a somewhat deep pot helps. See? I'm going to put a little bit of salt now. Kind of investing on some flavor up front. Let me put more. That's it. Now move the heat to medium high and cover it. Let it cook. And this one, I'm going to put it for 20 minutes for now. But you have to keep an eye because this is more, it's not about time, but more about texture. You have to make sure it's cooked. So I'm going to start with 20 minutes. I'm going to have to cook a little bit longer. And I'm going to check it out, you know, before the 20-minute mark, just to make sure nothing is out of the ordinary. But I believe 20 minutes is a good start. And of course we have the onion. I'm using my Japanese one now, by the way, my Japanese knife. And see how I cut it here? And now you're going to cut it in a fashion that it comes like this. See how they look? You want it like long, you know, that they look long like this. Well, it's been about 18 minutes. You know what? I'm going to turn this off for now. Let me get this out of the way. see. I think they're done. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're done. They're done. Perfect. My instinct was right. 20 minutes on medium high. So after I got them out of the water, I strained them. Put them in a container like this. You want the water out. And then what you do is you start putting them here in your container. See? Doesn't have to be pretty. Just moving this stuff around because the flavor is about to begin. So, this is what I do. Let's start with a little bit of vinegar. Let me move this out of the way. So I start with a little bit of vinegar. One, two, let's make four. Three, four. Yeah, four would do. Let's go with the clove. You just put a handful. You know, just kind of put a few here and there because this is going to give you the aromatics and the, I mean, you're not going to eat the clove, but this is just for the aromatics. Now, olive, and you notice I cut them, you know, in tiny slice. Well, I cut them in half. I even found a pig in one of them. So good thing that I cut them. So you pepper them around because, you know, this is going to add the Mediterranean, Caribbean combination of flavor. These are Spanish olive, by the way. And that's my recommendation when you do this. If you're going to use extra virgin olive oil, which you should be using, stick to the one from Spain. If you're going to pick olive, which you should, pick the one from Spain too. Let me add a little bit of the pepper now. See, not a lot of things, just a tiny bit. Now the reason I put the vinegar first is that I didn't want to wash some of the stuff out. So you put the vinegar first. I didn't put a lot of pepper, but just enough to give them the spice and that smell. And here comes the thing that's going to give it that nice little flavor, man, the onions. And they are raw. And you put them there like if it's not tomorrow. See how pretty? Let me move it around a little bit just to get them around. And now it comes the bay leaf. Crack them into pieces. That's the bay leaf. And here comes next. Guess, take a wild guess, the extra virgin olive oil. Just, you know, run it through the thing. See how pretty it is. Oh my God. I can already taste it. This is so nice. And that nice? Put a little bit more, who cares? And then you cover it. And you refrigerate it. And actually, let me use a better cover now that it's kind of broken. like this to make sure everything is mixed. Because the thing is, if you use a fork or this, you might break them and disintegrate them. So if you're not careful, you know, that's what happens. So I'd rather use the checky. Make sure things are together. And then when you see how it looks, isn't that beautiful? And then you put it in the refrigerator and eat it the next day, because that's how it tastes the best. This is not the cook it and let's eat it now type thing. You have to let it cool. It's a salad, so you put it in the refrigerator so it cools. And if you cook it the same day, just give it a few hours before you start eating it. This is so simple, so delicious, so vegan. So I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Look at that, checky. Till next time.